This is the ARC billet flywheel and billet side cover for the Honda GX200. I'd like to point out a few things I like about it. The flywheel looks real good. It's got what they call rare earth magnets. It's supposed to be better. It's a little heavier than I thought it was going to be. I don't have an accurate scale to weigh it, but they say 3.7 pounds. I'm thinking it weighs a little more. This is the one you can use with or without the stock recoil. Non-adjustable timing on this one. Looks real nice though. Now I'd like to take a look at the side cover. Again, this is for the Honda GX200 and clones, I guess. This is how it looks when it comes. Got a piece of tape over the bearings. Now this, if you look closely, if I can get the camera in there, this has two bearings in it side by side. They're narrower than the stock ones, I believe. And to me, the ball bearings themselves look a little small compared to stock. But I don't know. I gotta pull the side cover off the other one again. Take a look. That's the inside. Or it's the outside. Got two oil plugs here. Top, bottom. And on this one, versus the stock cover, there is a bearing for the camshaft to ride in, whereas the stock cover just has a hole. It's got a port down below to change your oil. Comes with the plug. Now what I don't like is this groove. There's a groove right here all the way around. Right here. That groove is for this. This is a rubber O-ring, and I thought it was broken, but I guess they all come that way. And I know it's a bitch to put it in. I fooled with it last night. The pain right in the ass. I talked to a tech this morning. They say you can use it if you need it. If you're a little too tight on the crank end and there's no clearance, check that by pulling the shaft in and out. When you put it on there, you may have to pull the cover on and off a couple times. Hopefully I don't have to use it. It also comes with a paper gasket here. It's green. I believe it is thicker than the stock Honda paper gasket. Feels thicker. Had it out last night. However, you will have to trim the top if you want to use the dowels, the top dowel, the block pins that come with it. So right, it covers one of the block pin holes. You got to trim it on the top just a little bit by the looks of things. These are the solid dowel pins for the side cover that mates it to the block. I think there's 4 of them in there. A lot heavier duty than the stock Honda ones, I can tell you that. It also comes with 3 or 4 of these little shims. When you pull the side cover off, you may need to put one of these against the gear and against the inside of the case bearing when you put it back together, for clearance from crank to the face of the bearing. Make sure it's not too loose. It may be too tight, you never know. If it is, they tell me to use the rubber gasket O-ring with the green gasket or without, to try to give yourself a little more clearance. I'm going to try to do it without it because I hate those O-rings. They always leak. This comes with the unit. This is what you'll replace your other bolts with to fasten the side cover to the block. Allen heads. Don't know if I'm going to keep these around either. I may try to find them in stainless. Also, it does come with a seal. Here it is. It's actually brown. Stock one's black. Nevertheless, there it is. A couple more shims in the bag. Bag of hardware. It's got some 1/8" plugs in there, and I'll show you what they're for. Here they are right here. Those plugs, Allen head, are for the top 2 vent holes in the side of the case. They'll be on the top. I would imagine you could run your fuel pump or a pressure gauge or something out of there. I'm just going to plug mine because I still got the breather coming out of the valve cover, and I think that's enough. Closer look at the bearing. As I said, there's 2 bearings side by side. The tech tells me they are aftermarket and they are narrower than the stock Honda bearing. Where there's only 1 in the stock case, here there's 2 side by side. It is fatter than the stock cover. Very nice looking anyhow. Again, this is a machine finish. It's not 100% polished. I see swirl marks all over it. You know, from a distance it's beautiful, but you pull it right up close, try to get it in the right light, you will see the markings. You know, you can actually feel them. So it's not 100% fine polish to mirror finish. I believe this is machine finish, but still in all it's shiny, very pretty. That's billet. Very nice. Later on tonight we're going to throw it on. Hopefully it won't give me a hard time. And that's the ARC billet side cover for the Honda and Clones GX200. Will not fit the Predator. I guess there's another one that fits the Predator. New style, different part number. On the Clones they say if you can't get it aligned with all 4 dowel pins to pull the bottom one out. I don't know because I don't own a Clone. Very important. I noticed when I pulled these oil filler plugs out of the case and pulled the O-rings off, I had myself a little small circle of shavings, aluminum shavings. Very important. Pull the O-ring. Do yourself a favor, pull the O-rings off, because on the bottom thread, the last one closest to the cap, very sharp. And as I said, I pulled a lot of shavings off there. I'm going to run this over a polishing wheel before I put it in. Very important that you do this, because if both of mine had shavings, I'm sure yours may too. Not a huge deal, but just make sure you get them, because it could ruin your day in a big hurry. And that's it. I'll show you the finished product later.